If we want to make a difference, we've got to be that difference. I am completely indebted to the Ladies Association because I don't know whether they knew I'd be one of those people that would crumble because I needed this so much. The Learn to Lead programme had come up, but I didn't want to do the coaching or that side of things because people kind of think that's a natural path I would go anyway, being a teacher. And you know, that was something I probably thought that I would have had in the back burner, but I was like, I really want to try something else. I really want to try something different. So I went for like the PR strand of it, you know, and got to meet so many new people, just a different side of it altogether. You know, like you said with the refereeing, you know, there are so many other opportunities.
You know, you say that it'd be a natural progression normally for players maybe to get into management or coaching. Like, I know I don't have the temperament for that because I get too stressed. Like if I'm playing, I can do something about it, whereas management and coaching. So for me, like I would prefer the admin. I know in time, hopefully I'll mellow out a small bit and will get involved with coaching. But for me,
you'll mature.
I'm mature, yeah. Mature, mellow. To that point, there is a role for everyone. Like I will hopefully coach a few years, but for now I'll be treasurer. I've treasured the last 4 or 5 years. So I do think there is a role for everyone, and I think it's the clubs that you have to start getting people back into, because like the club is where obviously everyone starts and where you finish. Like we've all retired from intercounty, but you go back to your club. So I think it's in via the club route, and then if people want to progress from their clubs to coaching at, you know, intercounty level and that.
Like that, you don't have the confidence to jump in and say, you know, but start back at club and help out.
How do we get people that have maybe retired? How do we entice them, keep them? You know, are there roles for everybody or?
Well, I would say there certainly is. There's a real shortage of people actually getting involved. I actually kind of stayed involved, and then there was a few years I didn't. My kids were like junior infants, kind of in school for a few years, but please come back in after the 4 or 5 years.
Do we have to ask them?
I think
you
so.
know,
Yeah,
we
come
have
back in after it. And I think some of the initiatives, the LGFA have been great at bringing in initiatives in terms of past players and given past players a chance to get in through one way or another, you know what I mean? Even whether it's reffing or whether it's the admin side of it as well. I think something can be done there and needs to be done, because the association is ageing and needs that energy.
But it's good that they can see role models.
Yeah,
You know,
and
it's important.
great.
Like we talked about that earlier, about the pecking order and, you know, younger ones seeing how it should be done and setting a good example, especially I think in ladies football more than any other sport. Even if you are from a small county, if everybody's striving for the same goal, you know, and they commit to it.
It's such a difference for people to give the commitment to the county. It's just a necessity.
I think if they get back into clubs, they get the confidence, because it is about confidence, because I think we'll all say, oh God, I couldn't do that. And you realise, you know, you have been doing it all the years without a title. I do think asking people, so it's the clubs bringing people back in. Because there is people, I know down in even Waterford, that kind of, they're at a loose end and they just need that little phone call, look, will you come in, try it. Just sit in the background, observe and learn, and then when you see them being successful there, we women, we do like to push ourselves again, don't we? And challenge ourselves.
And I think, like, I got into a bit of club coaching over the past 2 years and we had great success. But I think when I went in there, I tried to do all the things that I didn't have along the way, you know, that way. And it's the same like with refereeing, and, you know, I try to keep up with the plays so that I can do the best job for the players more. So I'm thinking about those before myself. Work with the LGFA have done with regard to referees, you know, when we ref the underage games now, we're able to coach them along a little bit as well, and you're able to talk to a referee. You know, before, I suppose they were there, you didn't speak to them, they were just someone that needed to facilitate a game. But it's just a really, you know, positive that the referees are approachable now. And the same with the coaching, like, you know, is there hot showers after the games? Is there food for them after? You know, are they getting the best that we can give them? Because maybe we didn't have that when we were playing. So I think that's the huge part that they can bring, you know, back into their club, back into their county as well. All the stuff, you know, that they've learned along the way, and then maybe that they did without as well, you know, that they can introduce that or be a part of introducing that new level.
What's hot showers after the game?